depose Dr. Fauci tomorrow about his role in censoring the Great Barrington Declaration, its authors and others who criticized his COVID approach. One of the authors of the declaration and a target of Fauci's, friend of the show, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, joins us now. He's a professor at Stanford School of Medicine. Dr. Bhattacharya, what's the most important question you hope your lawyers pose to Dr. Fauci?
Dr. Fauci and the entire Biden administration used their power to censor legitimate scientific discussion about COVID policy on the web. Your previous guest, my friend, Dr. Scott Atlas, was censored. I was censored in a YouTube video that I did with Governor DeSantis. Countless of other scientists who disagreed with Dr. Fauci were on the receiving end of a suppression campaign, in fact, a smearing and demonization campaign. I would like to know, what role did he play in inducing social media to suppress scientific discussion online? And we know that he was in contact. In fact, there's a FOIA email of him exchanging information with Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, and where Zuckerberg offers his help. Much of that email is redacted, so the public can't see exactly what they wrote. I would love to know exactly how they spoke to each other, how Dr. Fauci directed his underlings to enact this suppression censorship campaign that violated the First Amendment of a large number of scientists and led to the misinformation, the misinforming of the American public about basic facts about COVID throughout the pandemic.
And Professor, also because you challenged the lockdown orders, you have said that your life at Stanford in some ways became kind of a living hell, and now you say that academic freedom itself is dead. So explain how academia is part of the problem here in this COVID debate.
Well, you know, like where I work and teach for the last 20-some years, at Stanford University, we get hundreds of millions of dollars of money from the NIH. A lot of the top leadership in the medical school and elsewhere are friends with Dr. Fauci, personal friends with Dr. Fauci. What's happened during the pandemic is that people who have spoken up against the lockdown policy, Dr. Atlas, you just heard, me, Dr. John Ioannidis, who's a very famous scientist, also at Stanford, a friend of mine, we've all been on the receiving end of a tremendous pressure within the university to try to keep us silent. There have been, at one point during the pandemic, there was a poster campaign. I had the crime of having Governor DeSantis tweet my picture out because I said at a round table that he'd hosted that by vaccinating the old, we protected the vulnerable. That was apparently a terrible crime. They put my picture up, and I felt threatened on campus, and the leadership did nothing. We really need to fix that.
And Dr. Bhattacharya, academic freedom doesn't mean anything if dissent is punished from whatever the establishment at the time is saying. But thank you for your bravery during these past few years. We've gotten to know you. We have enormous respect.